Mic check, mellotron, settle in the groove.
Now your love like velvet, see the wisdom as it moves. Threading coming round through the tapestry of sound. Casual convo circulates the globe, every voice in view renowned. Balancing the ledger, counting feelings in the sense. Elevating indie dreams, spotlighting each sentence. Bridging worlds with empathy, fluent in the truth. Finance to family, to mental health pursuits. No echo chamber, just reflections in the glass. Connecting dots from present pains to futures built to last. Every episode is cipher unity in subtle blends. Coco's in the rhythm, universal in the end.
Having that casual convo so you don't have to have the tough combo.
Let's start the show.
Uh-oh. My bad. Hello. Welcome to the Casual Convo, where we have conversations about topics that affect the communities, personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. I'm your host, Coco. And joining me tonight, we have the mayor of Asheville, Mr. Paul, more than you can see, the king. Then we also have Baltimore's finest, the best artiste, creative person, and, oh, Lord, she been my support system. The Jew, the defendant.
Hey,
Hey,
people.
y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey.
How you doing?
Are we doing a mental health check-in today? Y'all want to?
I got some sick time.
But I'll go first. I guess I might as well stick to the routine. Mental health check-in. I'm gonna say I'm good. Like considering I'm good. I think you'd be amazed. Sometimes I think your back gotta be against the wall for you to make the best decision for you unapologetically. And I think that's where I am. So I'm great. What about y'all?
Yeah, I'm chill. I don't really have much stuff. My mental cool.
I'm tired of this damn ice. I wish this shit would melt. I know the cold is good to kill germs and shit, but damn, this ice is just a little bit too much. Damn, buses can't run, and then if the ones that's running ain't running on streets that's covered in ice, and the ones that's covered in ice just happen to be in the black neighborhood, so ain't no buses running there, but everybody else riding the bus. So I'm a little pissed. That'd be something for me to talk about city council at the next city council. Because y'all done gave these people all this damn money. They go to semantic.
What up? Sorry I'm late. My apologies. I had a situation I had to handle, not handled, so I'm here.
You just on CP time. It's okay.
But yeah, otherwise than that, I'm thankful to be alive, but I'm saying shit is just crazy. Y'all just don't know how crazy it is really down here in the South Mountains. In the mountains of the South. These motherfucking rednecks up here. Okay, I'm through.
Save it. Not yet. You want to do a mental health check-in?
Yeah. All right, mental health is okay. Just trying to look for a better job because I get sick of being talking on the phone to stupid people all day long. And get paid for nearly nothing, and telling management how to run their own business, and I'm not even a manager. I'm like, yeah, this is stupid. It's time for me to get up out of here because I'm to that point where I just want to slap somebody, slap a manager.
Well, we're not doing that. That's why we're having a mental health check-in so we can stay even. Don't let them take you out of your,
No, I'm not gonna let them take me out. I'm not gonna let them take me out. I'm gonna take them out. How about that?
No, we're not doing that in 2026.
No, we're not doing that. I'm doing that in 2026. I'm doing that in 2026.
We're gonna have a sidebar conversation offline because I gotta go. But everybody went.
Hmm?
Everybody went. You went, Jude.
Yeah, I thought you said that everybody eat. I'm about to say no. I'm hungry.
I know. Okay, I know we got a lot to talk about because a lot of stuff happened like since we all were last here and over the weekend. But it's something that I wanted to talk about. And I know I probably mentioned it before, but I really don't think you get a lot of um. It doesn't get a lot of awareness, and people don't talk about it much. And that's the homeless people. Like definitely now, while the temperatures are like below zero and everything else, I find it disheartening that nobody, especially like our mayors, our governors, are really talking about the homeless people. Like even when I watch some of the press conferences, it's like the last person to go has to be from like the homeless coalition or something like that. And it's like they get a brief thing for people that's homeless. So one thing I will say is and this probably don't even just stick to the homeless population. There are a lot of people that is not meant to work with the public. There are a lot of people who lack empathy, and I see a lot of times people who supposed to help people, the most vulnerable population, whether it's our homeless population, the elderly people, children. They're very insensitive, and then it's like you can have a person that's trying everything to assist and try to get resources, trying to get people somewhere where they could be warm and not, being on the streets, being in an abandoned building and possibly freezing to death. And it's just like everything is off putting and nobody wants to go and do the work, so to speak. And sometimes it's a matter of just like a phone call or maybe two phone calls or something like that, or maybe reaching out and collaborating with other like departments and other places to see, or even if you ask a question, hey, you don't have anything, but can you point me in another direction of another possibility? It's like nobody wants to weigh all options, but at the same time, I know here in Baltimore there's so many freaking vacant buildings, homes. I don't feel like there's no way nobody should be on the street.
No, there should be, but this is this society, good old America has decided that it's capitalism and it's dog eat dog and every man for himself. And that's where the problem of empathy lies, because when it's dog eat dog, there is no empathy because there's competition among one another. Everybody's trying to get to the top. Not everybody's going to get there. Very few of them get there. Um, yeah, we should do more for homeless people. We do have the resources, but of course, government is going to squander the money because again, it's capitalism. It's not like over in Europe,
It's not enough. It's not enough resources. And then
huh?
it's not enough resources. And then it's not enough resources for,
Yeah,
let's
there's
say,
enough
a family
resources.
facing
There's enough
hardship.
resources. There's enough resources. It's just who allocates those resources. See, this it takes nothing to renovate a building into a structure where homeless people can go. However, they don't want to do that because they don't see the profit in it. That's what I mean by that. They don't see money in it.
Mhm.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why apartment complexes now are sky high, right? Because they're no longer privately owned; they're corporate owned. And of course, corporations don't care about people; they care about profit. It's always been profit over people. You know what I'm saying? And that's why if your rent in like where I live in northeast Atlanta, like outside the perimeter, $1,400 a month, right, for a 1 bedroom, which is ridiculous. I
Mhm.
don't see any renovations being done to improve the apartment. I see potholes in the parking lot. I see feral cats running around here at 3 o'clock in the morning. Where's my $1,400 a month going? What is it going to?
No, I mean I hear you, but when I think of resources, I mean like readily available, right? So if there are a lot of like there are a few adult, but once they're full, but when I say like you have people that have families, kids, and then you have a lot of children, like teenagers that are also like homeless. They don't really have a lot of resources where they can go. I mean, not even just the shelter. You have some shelters that have like different programs, like job readiness, or different things like that to try to
Yeah,
work you towards stability. But what I'm saying is they say so much in a lot of cities and states. They have the money to do to fix the not I don't want to say fix the issue, but I think there's so much more that can be done. But I think also part of the problem is because this population of people really don't have a voice, and their voices are always overshadowed because of what they don't have, and they're looked at like bottom of the barrel, which is really messed up. What's even more sickening is that you have people that's hired that sort out positions to work with this population of people, and then they on some they just lack empathy, and it pisses you off because you do have a large number of people or of us that will go above and beyond and make sure that they have what they need. But then it's like when you come across those people, it's like, what are you here for? Because some of them, the resources are right there, they just don't want to do the work. So if you don't want to do the work, stay home.
yeah, that's what
You
I'm
know,
saying.
what the problem is? You know that saying one bad apple spoils a bunch. Not
Mhm.
every homeless person is homeless by choice, but some of them are. Some of them make bad decisions. Some of them get put in opportunities and then they don't take advantage of them. Just like other people in other situations, they do normal shit. I don't think we'll ever be able to get rid of the homeless, population because there is a certain people group within that community who are choosing to be this way. And then you have the ones the mental ill people who need the help, try to get the help, but they make it difficult for people who actually need. It's difficult for people who actually are trying to get the help that they need. It's like there are you can have people out here. It's sad to say you can have a illness and get denied for benefits, but you can be have an addiction, which is still another form of an illness, and get approved for things. But with certain stipulations to it for them to still have you and at a certain level. Some people get tired of that and they choose to, instead of me being stuck with this system, I'm just gonna go ahead and fend for myself. Some people trying to get out the hole and can't get out the hole. So I feel like it's the bad apples in a bunch that kind of that make on both ends, working the people that work for the people and the people themselves when it comes to a collective. And with building up buildings, it costs money, taxpayers money to do that, and the taxpayers are tired of footing the bill for projects like that because the corrupt government, I can speak for here, take the money and do other stuff. They've been fighting for books and stuff for the schools here in Baltimore since I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
So it's your
But I think
government.
that's what we need to do. I think the constituents need to be a little bit more vocal too as well. But I think a lot of times we complain too. I'm not gonna say we don't say anything, but a lot of times we complain, but we don't really step up when it's needed. Because I agree with you, like you said, like a lot of times, like we getting taxed out the ass in Maryland. You get a tax for everything, and
Yeah,
everything is the taxes are specifically supposed to go to these things. But now you see the Board of Education is a complete shit show. Everybody losing their jobs, and things like that. So, but I've never seen where it said, okay, this is what the tax is going to go to. Yes, it does take money, but then you have a lot of organizations that's nonprofit that get donations that's willing to assist to pay for these buildings, but the cities and the states are denying the what is it called, the proposals for these buildings. So that's a whole nother thing because most shelters are like nonprofits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I was saying, government does have a solution to the problem. They don't want to implement the solution. Like over in Japan, I saw a article in Japan. What they people that are homeless, they
Hmm.
have little port stations on the street where the homeless can go sleep. It's warm, it's comfortable, it's got a nice bed, a nice twin bed in it. They can handle their business, go to sleep, handle their business. And Japan got it right. Okay. Yeah, they don't have the population we do. Thus, they can do a lot more things. But
They take care of their country way better than we do.
thank
They
you.
are way
That part.
cleaner. They can do stuff like that because you can't put stuff like that. Look at what the homeless do. You see the public bathrooms? I don't
Yeah.
mean no harm. I like what they do over there because they practice hygiene and things.
Yeah.
The American way of doing things is just when you compare us to like Japan, it's no comparison in my opinion because they just operate different than the way we do as people.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Because they practice Kaizen, what they call Kaizen. That's cooperation, right? That's mutual cooperation. That's Kaizen is a term, the Japanese term for mutual cooperation. Americans don't want to cooperate with one another because they're too damn selfish. Okay? There's always been a crab in a barrel mentality in this country. Okay? Especially among black folks. Okay? Not just among black. It's a human trait, but especially among it's really running rampant around black people. Because once a black person gets up here, people start backbiting, start talking shit about him. Oh, he ain't shit. I remember when he was, down here with us. He was down with us, and now he think he better than all of us, and blah blah yada yada yada. Instead of congratulating that dude, you know what I'm saying? That dude could have helped you out if you didn't talk shit about him. But if you talking shit about him and he catches wind that you talking shit about him, he's not obligated to try to reach back and help you. If anything, he'll probably kick you down even further. That's why you have to watch the people that you cross, because you never know who can help you.
Truth.
I agree, Paul. You got anything on this?
Yeah. Well, this country, this America, has always, since the days of the Pilgrims, them motherfuckers on the Mayflower and whatever other boats they was riding, ships or whatever. It's the day they arrived over here. These rotten motherfuckers have been destroying this country. They was invited in, and they've been destroying this country ever since they got in here. So they turned in everything to be about money, because to them money meant power. Power meant control. So now, you look at all the people that's in the power and how they are controlling everything. These people are in the position with these high-ass salaries they getting, lifetime salaries, all this shit. They are in position to end the homelessness, period. And still have plenty of money in their pockets. But like you say, it's a crab mentality that they got. Because if I'm helping you, then that's costing me some of my money, and I need my money. In order for me to step with the big boy, I gotta have my money. So I can't be investing in something that's not gonna have no return. Homeless people dying off is profitable to them. It's profitable. We got a damn empty ass hospital over here. The people that bought Mission Hospital down here, it was a hospital right across the street from it called St. Joe's. Now, they done bought up all the property. The hospital building over there is empty. Nothing's being done with it. I mean, you can have a wing where you got your homeless people. You can have a wing or two where you got your homeless people with mental imbalances. You can have your wing where you just got people that's got mental disimbalances, or mental whatever, hell, something, imbalances. That whole damn building can be used to take care of a whole bunch of damn people and get them treated. And get them back to being productive people in society, the ones that can, and the ones that can't, but at least you have to be able to look out for some people. But that's just not the way it's going to be. And no matter how much we might do, how much we might say, every little bit of help that we give is still somebody behind us pushing it back the other way. And it's sad because it shouldn't even be like that. But I mean, you gotta realize, people think I be mean and shit when I be saying that these people came from the damn Caucasus Mountain. And they're cave people. They are cave people. They done came to this country and they want to claim that they are the original people here. Y'all not the original people. Y'all are European Americans. Y'all done got where y'all decided to call yourself Americans. Back when y'all was calling us Negroes and all that stuff, y'all was Caucasians. But then y'all found out that connected y'all to the mountains, so y'all had to drop that and y'all started going by white. And then you went from white to just being American. How you get to be American? You a motherfucking immigrant too. If anything, I'm more American than your white ass.
That's true. I want to
Yes.
also. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But go ahead. I mean, that's just my take on that. They got, like you say, the resources you talking about, they got them. They're just not going to make them available because it's not profitable.
But I also said it to say, I agree with you, but it's not just the white politicians. What a lot of these black politicians, especially here, I mean, I can only speak for where I am and what we see. They're just as bad, and they're the ones basically stealing, doing all kinds of stuff, but taxing the hell out of us. But everything is just it's crazy, right? But I say that to say that even with all the new changes and stuff that's coming down the line, it ain't gonna do nothing but add to the homeless population. People are not gonna be able to afford anything when you start taking away whatever little resources that people have to be stable, or maybe can't, like you got the elderly people, disabled people, and you start to take benefits and things away from them, but you constantly raising taxes, raising the cost of everything. The cost of living is high as hell right now. And then you have people on a fixed income. What do you think happens to those people? But I know, like, here, our mayor and our governor stay on scrutiny, but our governor keep going on the fucking Breakfast Club, acting like he the best thing ever. No, you're not. You fixing anything that comes. I'm waiting for them to say, "Oh, we got to tax y'all so we can get the ice and stuff up," because these kids still slipping and sliding to school, and it's still the sidewalk still covered in ice and everything else. But I bet you your neighborhoods is okay. And these are black cities, predominantly black cities in states. So with that, I don't only just blame them. It's just the politicians, period. And I just put in the chat, like, we also, as a community, we have to really get involved with our local government. And I know I saw where a Tree Raven was saying, like, the citizens, like the constituents need to speak up. But a lot of people don't even know where City Hall at. Of the newer generation, a lot of people don't even know who their council people are. That's why stuff keep getting slid under the button. Half the time when people go vote, they don't even know who they pushing a button for. They don't know if they voting Democratic, Republican, what this person is for. Nothing. A lot of names people never even heard before. So until we really get involved in our local stuff, nothing is not going to change. Like,
No.
yes, we worry about that, but local is what goes, and then you have different districts. A lot of people don't even know who in that district.
People in power, and I say that don't have to be white. If you're in a black town and you know your politicians are black politicians, They in power. They're just coons trying to be like the white folks. I mean, power is power. Power like that. Them people, politicians. That's what I call them, because they not about shit. Now, somebody that's working for the people ain't gonna be a politician. Politicians are in there for pay.
They call a person that works for the community a community activist, not a politician.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So that's. Oh, well, go ahead. I'll let you go ahead and spread.
most of these politicians portray to be community activists. They're not community activists. They're in it for the money. They're not in it for the betterment of the community or the betterment of people. And to your point, Coco, with stuff being the way it is, I think all hell is going to break loose. People
Yeah,
are going to get tired because
Is that a Thor hammer?
yeah,
Hammer. I'm sorry. I had a moment.
the people are tired now. That nationwide. That's why they're having these protests. That's part of the reason why he's having these protests. Really, the main reason why they having these protests is to get that asshole out of office because he's done too much damage. But the cost of living has been going up before he was even instilled in office, and nothing was being done about it. Cost of living wages were stagnant. Corporations are making money hand over fist. You know what I'm saying? They care more about their shareholders than they do about the people that's working for them. And then they wonder why. Well, why did Johnny flip out? Johnny brought a gun to work and he shot up everybody. And why did he flip out? This shouldn't have never ever happened. Yeah, it shouldn't have ever happened because you didn't take care of your people that were taking care of you all this time. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with America in general. We don't take care of our own. We don't give a damn about our own. We don't care as long as our mentality is as long as it ain't me. You see what I'm saying? It's always been like that with America. It's all damn. Sally asks you because she stayed with you. Nah, Sally, y'all are supposedly best friends. No, Sally, I can't have you staying with me because it'll fuck up my rental situation. Blah blah blah. If they find out. Blah 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 blah. No, where's the humanity? Where is the humanity?
You want to hear the crazy part? That's not even the American way. That's the people's way, right? Because think about it.
That's being human.
Hear me out. Think about it. When they needed people to go in, when them emperors and stuff needed people to go in and dig for diamonds or whatever, they didn't care that the people was expendable.
Yeah.
They didn't care. Hundreds of thousands of people would die. You feel me?
Yeah.
At a time due to exposure to whatever. From the beginning of time till until some laws got put in place, and then now people just figure out a way to do things. But
yeah, especially doing King Leopold, especially doing King Leopold in the Congo.
Yeah, that's all in the history books and all the history movies and all the fictional stuff. They put all that stuff right in front of your face. Entertainment, and we look at it, but at one point in time, that was real life for somebody.
Right.
Feel me?
They took a lot of that down, though.
You see the people who portrayed the people, though. The people that they had portraying these people, excuse me, the people they had portraying these people weren't the actual people that was the people, if you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Because, like I'm saying, they had a bunch of white folks portraying Hebrews.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of white folks portraying Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
These motherfuckers even went as far. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you something that always stuck out to me. I'm going to get off subject for 1 second because this always stuck out to me. In the 10 Commandments. Now, Charlton Heston is Moses. Okay,
Elizabeth
now,
Taylor's Cleopatra.
while he was amongst the Pharaoh and them and all this good stuff, building up the temples and all this stuff, he got hair with a little tassel connected to it. Now the rest of the Egyptians are bald, but now you got him portraying Moses, a
Hmm.
Hebrew, with a damn tassel in his white ass hair, or brown hair, whatever color his damn hair was. But that's what I'm saying. These people have placed themselves in the place of our people. They erased us then. They robbing the graves now. They're trying to erase us over here now, but they just can't do it. But they're trying to erase us here. They just can't do it because there's just so many of us. That's why this fool has been on not no more black people having babies. He ready to pay white folks $1,000, whatever, to have a baby here, $5,000, whatever the hell they gonna pay him, put taxes on it, put it in a Trump account, he gonna draw the interest on whatever the hell going on with all that shit. But I'm saying, we ever find our way back to where we supposed to be at, we'll be some badass motherfucking people.
Well, we
But
are.
we
I
don't
was
have
getting ready to
enough
say
of us.
that. I think me and
We
Jude
don't,
on the
we don't
same
have
page.
we don't have enough of us. I'm saying we don't have enough of us. We got you working in your section of the woods, Jew working in her section of the woods, Q in his section of the woods, I'm in my section of the woods. We just don't have enough where it's connecting from state to state. Like our group Young Struggle. See, we going from state to state. We want to connect all the states and be where everybody's united and go out into the community and connect more community to each other in different states and work together. Because I'm telling you, they got us divided, not only in our hometowns, but throughout the states, cities to states. They got us divided.
Yeah.
No,
Just
Paul,
imagine,
we
I
did a
agree. I'm going to say I agree and I disagree to a degree.
but just imagine though we connect all of that back together.
we
Yeah, but
No,
you know
did.
why?
you're
You
right.
know
But it's
why?
happening though. Real quick before y'all continue, I agree and I disagree. The reason why I say that is I see a lot of us doing research and educating each other, right? And I see a lot of that, not even just here in Baltimore, but I see it a lot. Last year, sometime we had a show and we talked about changing your algorithm. Remember that? I don't know if y'all
Mhm.
remember that. When you change your algorithm, you really start to see certain things, and when you know better, you do better. And even like today, it's Black History Month.
Yep.
And I remember a couple of years ago, you wouldn't see anything, or you would see like a lot of people making fun of Black History Month, or making a mockery of it. But what I'm starting to see a lot is people teaching people how great that we come from greatness. So do we have work to do? Yes. Could it be better? Yes. But do I think we on a better page than from my standpoint, my viewpoint? That's just my opinion. I do see a significant difference and a significant increase. And then I see a lot of young people, and even the type of work that I do, my younger clients are very knowledgeable of who they are. They done taught me some, some stuff. And it's like, but you have to invite these conversations. And we also have to teach our young, and it start with us in our community. We can't expect for this, because really they took a lot of it out of the schools. We can't wait for them to do it, or these certain images. Even it's some biblical stuff even on YouTube where the images are us, and it's a whole lot of them out there. But that's why I say I agree and then I disagree. I do see a significant change today from what years were from years ago. But I also we got to hold ourselves accountable with that too, because we responsible for keeping our history going beyond our generations. We just can't stop and expect it. We gotta show them where to go, because some people don't know where to start, and that's where we had that this mentality is I know so you find out. No, help them find out, teach them, talk, have the conversations. But we can't insult people, insult a person for not knowing. We can when we can just educate them.
That wasn't it. The movement was we are not our ancestors. The young people started that, and the black community rolled with it, and it changed the whole dynamic of everything. One, we grew up, everybody that was born like in the 80s and before the 80s grew up learning about the cruelty in Black history. I mean, they taught that to us. I don't know about like deep down south, but I know here in Maryland, man, it was like a yearly trip to like the Black Wax Museum. The history that we learned watching Roots. I mean, we went to the theater to go see Roots in elementary school. You feel me? Rosewood, all that stuff that they, showed us to get to them showing us a movie like Django Unchained. You feel me? To get the like this just to get to that. But anyway, that movement came out a couple years ago that we not our ancestors, and the young kids was coming through and was saying, we don't know why y'all holding on to that history. And it kind of woke a lot of us that was older. Why y'all holding on to that? Y'all holding on to that. And the crazy part was we were, because we were being taught to hold on to all of the hurt that was happening. So we gotta give a lot of shout out to the younger generation, because the younger generation, they was coming up, and because they wasn't living through that no more, some of us was still like had a little bit of like experience in that, whether it was just a smidgen. But them young kids did not experience that until we ran into the Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong, it's racism may never go away, but it wasn't never this blunt until he put it back out there. Now I know of the sundown towns and all that stuff and the deep south. I know things was different down there than it was up here in Maryland and up in the north. You feel me? I get that. But them young kids was not having none of that. And they was standing for that. They did not want to, when they was learning that history, they wanted to learn about the positive. They didn't want to learn the negative they pushed on us all them years growing up. That was stuff that, our ancestors lived through, and some of our grandparents, our great-grandparents, but they wanted us to know that is not today. And they've been standing on business with that. But the loudest thing we did was, when they put Donald Trump back in office, there was some of us that was still over there, but a lot of the Black community completely stepped back. Step back, stop stepping up. We get involved and speak on things that if we feel like it, or if it involves us for real. But for the most part, Black people not involved in nothing that's not dealing with our community. We are trying to get our community together. We disappointed with some of the stuff. So I agree with Paul. And I also agree with Coco. We do still got a lot of work to do, but man, it's a big change, because them young ones, they ain't having none of that.
You know what? All right. Now, not to say this to be.
What are you eating? Because all I hear is you smacking.
Skittles.
And they so good. But no, check this out. The history. I was born in 1961. 1961. So, as I grew up through the 60s, I guess I really started paying attention about 1968 with the killings and all that stuff that was going on then. I can't remember the John F. Kennedy shit and all that. Excuse me. I remember Kennedy and Martin Luther King. Now, I was living this history that some of y'all might be reading about with the marching and all that stuff, because like I said, we down in Huntsville, Alabama, down in 69 and 70. And shit was real back then. And as I've gotten older, I come from a generation of seeing people where they was united, going through shit. People stood up. And as I've gotten older, I watched slowly how shit came in to divide the people. That's why when I say we should be all connected, shit came in to divide the people. Because it was people from state to state, city to city. It was just, you could go anywhere and you home. And living through the 70s, shit was still kind of tight, because what we still had a bunch of hatred and racism and you had the kidnappings and all that shit going on. You had some crazy madness going on in the 70s down in Atlanta. And I lived through that. And I watched how people in the black community in my little town of Asheville got where you start backing away from people you didn't want to be out there because, you know, what is it that they got against black teens, black kids, black men, black whatever. I'm 16 during this time. So I'm checking this out. I ain't even go through the integration of the school and all that, but I'm just trying to take y'all through this so y'all can see how come I feel the way I do and why I do the things that I do. The 70s, I got locked up. That's when I started getting locked up. That's when they really had from the school to the prison pipeline. Now, I messed around, like I said, with some bullshit, and they locked me up as a teenager. So you took a couple of years of my life as a teen and locked me up and put me in a controlled, sort of supposed to be a controlled environment for teens. A bunch of black kids, you might have a few white kids on, but mostly it was a bunch of black kids in different training schools throughout the state of North Carolina. So now, that shit led to fighting and, you know, all kind of shit, but shaping me too with my mindset of being separate from my people. Okay, you get through that, you get back out on the street. I mean, the 70s was really rough because that's when they really didn't care about you as a young black youth. There was not a whole lot of things around, no whole lot of counseling, no kind of programs, except maybe Job Corps, something like that. That was another controlled environment. But there was really nothing for you as far as seeking help. You had to figure shit out. I don't want to make this so long. We're going to do a show one day where I can just tell y'all how it really is.
No, go ahead. You educating us. Finish, please. I'm
okay, so now, okay, but see, like I said, about the time I turned 13 with the train school and all that stuff, I basically started jumping in and out of the Department of Corrections at 16 for bullshit. Because I was in that prison, from that school to prison pipeline. I got caught up in that. And everything led to being there. But still within myself, as the person that I was through all this shit, I still held on to my upbringing from the 60s. I still believe in unity and strength. I mean, fist fights and shit, all that shit, no problem. I'm down with that. We can do that. Whatever, but I'd rather we get together and make shit happen. Then come the 80s with the crack and shit. I watched that shit. I watched that shit and the HIV kill a bunch of my friends.
Yep.
Because of AIDS. Because they were shooting up drugs and shit behind each other with the needles and all that shit.
Veterans.
And no, these guys were guys I grew up with out on the street. They wasn't veterans. A couple of them been to the service, maybe a couple of them, but not all of them. Most of them got caught up just in the damn era of the time with that damn shooting the damn drugs into their arms and shoot them needles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so now people say, well, damn, you hanging around them people, so you must be doing it too. Why? Why would you assume that? Because I'm hanging around them. I've been hanging around them. I hung around them before they started doing these drugs. They my people. So I lived through that, watching this. A whole bunch of my friends died with the AIDS and shooting up drugs. Got through that. Come the 90s. Now, understand that all between this time now, I'm still in and out the damn prison system here. We had back then, we had damn near a prison in every county. We got 100 counties here in North Carolina. I know damn well I had to touch about 60 of them in my whole damn time of doing time. These motherfuckers. I know I had to touch at least 60 of them. The 90s, I didn't see too much of the 90s cause, like I said, I got caught up with the 121 to 155 month sentence for failure to appear in court.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I wouldn't work for the DA ratting on people and all that kind of shit. So hit me with 121 to 155 months for failure to appear in court, which really didn't carry no more than 15 months. So now I had two kids, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. I didn't see them again until they was 15 and 13.
Damn. Damn, Paul.
So you know, I got through that. The last time I was locked up, I said I'm not going back to Asheville because Asheville took a whole lot from me. It has took a whole lot from me. So I went to Charlotte, to the halfway house down there. I said, I'm gonna go down here and try something different. I went down there and got a hold of something else different from the scene up here in Asheville, from the same people, the same face, the same environment, doing the same thing. And got down there and really got into myself and made shit happen for myself down there. You know, somewhere in the back of my mind, everything that I had been taught as that kid of the 60s kicked in again, and I had to step it up. So I got myself together down there. You know, I got me an apartment. I was working and all kinds of stuff, making my shit happen, taking care of my business. Till I fell and messed my hip up, and I had to come back to Asheville to have a surgery because I didn't have nobody down there with me, stay down there with me to have the surgery, so I had some help. So I had to come back to Asheville. And that's when I had another child, but I had a hip replacement surgery too at the same time. And
Babies with a bad head.
Get busy and hip replacements.
yeah, so yeah, did that. And then I ended up going back to another part of North Carolina because things fell apart for a minute here. And went to another place in North Carolina to a very good friend of mine, my brother, really, a very damn good friend, a childhood friend, got killed in a fight with somebody up here in Asheville. So I came back to Asheville. I got with his wife, who happened to be a very good friend of mine before she even got married to him, or before she knew him. Because like I said, I met her at a gospel singing when we was kids. And she's the godmother of my kids, and I mean, we just connected like that, family. But I got with her and I seen how she wanted to start an organization. She wanted to start a non-profit organization to stop all the violence everywhere. Because the person that killed her husband, nothing was done about that. They called it just a fight, an accident, or whatever. But anyhow, that's where I first got the bug to really step up and do something. Because I got with her and whatever she was trying to do, I was with her and backing and getting it out there. Let's do it. And Asheville being the place it is, there was very little support for what she was doing from the people in the community. So, you know, so without much support, she basically went back to taking care of her work and going back about her business and taking care of family. I fell back a little bit, but I was still out here getting out into the community, getting to know people and stuff.
Yeah.
Then 2016, a day before the Armadillo guy, Diablo, all them, the two guys got killed on July 3rd in 2016. We had a guy that was killed down here by the police the day before. The police just opened fire on him. He's in a high speed chase and he just opened fire on him. Once the guy got out of his car, he said the guy had to pull the gun on him, blah, 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 but he didn't have his camera on, blah, blah, blah. And the guy his name was Jerry Williams, Jai, the teeth. Everybody called him Little Jerry. And I got with people around here then, they protested. There was a few protesting, and that's about the time with the Black Lives Matter came out. But see, nobody knew about what was going on down here because they kept that shit all held in down here. So nobody knew, but everybody else was wanting to hop on the Black Lives Matter thing, but no. We want to make sure shit stay focused on what happened right here with Jerry getting killed by this policeman out here, getting executed. You shot that man 15 times with a damn high-powered rock weapon? And each shot was a kill shot? No, motherfucker. No. So I got with the people that was protesting, and I really got into protesting then, being an advocate and start speaking up and shit. Again, this took me back to what I had seen in the 60s. See, everything about me leads me back to there because that's where I was grounded at. So no matter how far I went away, everything eventually takes me back to that and I get myself back together. But that, in 2016, that's when I really started stepping up, going to city council, speaking up, and, just letting my voice be heard. Shit. I mean, you know better than me. If you got rights to sit up here and say things and make decisions about my life, and I got a right to come here and say something about the decisions you make.
I agree.
So, a lot of the people that was protesting that time with the spotlight being about Black Lives Matter, they fell to the side. They disappeared. They no longer are interested in advocating for the community.
Yeah, because they got jobs. They got jobs. That's what happened.
No, their hearts weren't in it because they ran for city council and stuff like that. Got funding from this group here, from the Dogwood Trust. You got all this funding and stuff you made shit happen for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you wasn't trying to help the community.
That's right. AKA they got jobs that when they got a job, they became self-centered instead of community focused.
Some people just saying? A lot of them
they didn't jobs. They didn't have jobs. Believe me. They was cut, just like what these people doing now, these politicians doing now.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, they use that time to get the notoriety and the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't doing it for the right reason. That's what I'm trying to express to you, my brother. They was not doing it for the right reason. It wasn't because they had jobs. They had jobs, but they still had time to be out there for that camera and the spotlight.
Yeah.
But when that spotlight went away and the Black Lives Matter and all that stuff went away, a lot of people disappeared from being advocates for the community.
Yeah, because it's not about them at that point. And that's what leads into the whole self-centered bit, right? That's why now, that's like even now to this day, why you have influencers, quote unquote influencers, right? Social media influencers. And I'm gonna ask him, well, what the fuck are you influencing? And I asked him that.
I'm sorry. Before you go into that, Paul, thank you. I just wanted to give you your flowers real quick.
No problem. No problem.
It gives a lot of like understanding, and I do see your point. And a lot of times, in order to move forward, you got to understand, I guess, both sides, the good and the bad of history, in order to move forward and know what you're moving forward from. But for you to experience it and still be as active as you are and as involved as you are, and you've overcome a heck of a lot. I think that's commendable, and I think that was beautiful, especially it's Black History Month, and those are things that we need to know, and it always hit different when you're getting it from someone who actually experienced it to see how different things have changed. Even though we can see like the changes today, we still can't erase certain things because you are a positive voice in Asheville. You're on the front lines. You're at City Hall. You're at the council meetings. You're there speaking up for your community, which is you're leading by example. So I just wanted to thank you for letting us into your story and what you've overcome. So it give a lot of context to a lot. I'm
Well,
sorry.
thank
Go
you,
ahead.
Queen. Don't be sorry.
Yeah,
Thank you, Queen. Go ahead, Q. Thank you,
yeah. I
Queen.
mean, it's like the whole what and the piggyback on what Paul was saying. You know about the spotlight. Okay, most people are in it for fame, quote unquote fame. They want to be famous. They want to have their name in a book and have movies written about them and songs sang about them and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, at the end of the day, what have you actually done? Have you provided have you are you committed to the cause that you stood up for? Most people don't stand for shit. I make that perfectly clear. But yet they are called influencers, social media influencers. I was like, who are you influencing? What are you influencing? Well, I'm doing beauty tips. Okay, there's 1,000 people that are doing beauty tips. That's not influencing shit. Okay. Or uh we got people that have like a million sports pod. There's a million and one sports podcasts out there. Okay. At the end of the day, no one gives a shit because you're not sponsored. You're not sponsored. ESPN's not sponsoring
Say
you,
it again.
huh?
I said, say it again.
Yeah,
And the add to what you just said on that is even when people can be monetized, conversations like this will prohibit the
yeah,
monetization.
yeah.
So
Because
just to put
you
that,
have to modify your conversation because what you have to appease to are your the people that are paying the ad revenue dollars. That's why I like radio. I worked in radio when I lived in Charlotte for a year and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I worked at WPEG for a year in the sales department, but I knew a lot of the talent and I used to hang out with a lot of the talent because they
Power
had it.
98.
Yeah, they had the actual studio was in Concord, but the sales department that was in Charlotte. So if I wanted to go hang out with like Eddie Owens or Nate Quick and all of them, I have to drive up to Concord. I realized how much bullshit radio really was when I worked there, how political it was, right? I went to the program director one day. No, I grew up in New York City. All right. I'm a Bronx guy. I grew up in the era of
oh
hip hop
shit.
when hip hop was born, you know what I'm saying? Block parties and shit like that. They taking the power from the street lights and the power of the DJ equipment, the amps and all that. Yeah, I was there for all that shit. So I have a different sense of what hip hop is than the average Joe. Okay. Most of these people out here are programmed.
Mhm.
They're programmed. They hear 3 songs a day and think that's the shit. Three
But
songs.
hold on before you do that because I remember when that era first started. You have to can you elaborate a little bit more? It's Black History Month. We got to teach them.
Yeah, yeah.
So just elaborate a little bit. You ain't got to go a whole in depth
No, no,
into
yeah. That's where I was
of hip
segueing
hop.
into it.
Okay.
I was segueing into it. I tell people, okay, hip hop is rap is a subset of hip hop. Hip hop is not a subset of rap. Hip hop is the umbrella. Rap is underneath that umbrella. Breakdancing is underneath the umbrella. Graffiti writing is underneath the umbrella. DJing is underneath the umbrella. Okay? That's what makes the umbrella. Now, program directors nowadays, they say we play the most in hip hop. That's why I don't listen to what I call terrestrial radio, because it's bullshit. They play the same 5 songs in rotation. I'm like, God damn, how am I? How many times am I going to hear I'm gonna lick that booty?
Until you like it and until it becomes a household.
I want to
Because
eat
you
that
don't lose
girl's
your life
ass.
until you
You know
keep
what I'm
hearing
saying?
it. Yeah.
No, bro.
And I was like, one day I sat there. I said, I'm gonna listen to this station while I'm gonna listen to this station,
I was
right?
cackling.
I count for 2 hours, right? I counted how many times they played the same songs, right? And I was like, damn, you played that like 45 minutes ago. Well, it's popular. No, it's not popular. It ain't that goddamn popular. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a time where you could listen to one song, right? You may hear it like the following week, and then you won't hear it ever again. And then you like, damn, I want to hear this song again because I wanted to record it. Nowadays, it's like now you just hear it all the time, and it's like listening to a voice all day long. When you listen to a voice all day long, it starts to fade out. It starts to blend in with the background. You tend to ignore it. That's why I tell people, I'm like, what do you get out of listening to radio now? They were like, well, they play all the jams, they play all the hip hop. They don't play hip hop. They play pop rap. Okay, that shit's pop. I don't like popular music. I never have. I've always been what I hate. I've hated popular music. That's why everybody's like, you're so different. You're so difficult because you don't never want to follow the plan. I was like, no, I never will follow a plan because I have a mind of my own. I think for myself. That's the problem with us as a people. Okay, we follow shit. Don't know what the fuck we're following. We just follow it. Oh yeah, I'm doing it because well, why you going out there protesting? Well, I think it's the right thing to do. Okay, but why are you going out there protesting? Well, because I don't know. I don't know. I just want to be on TV.
Can
I
I
just
interject
want to
for
be
1 second?
seen.
Well, before you go into that, I just wanted to go into the hip hop thing because that was that. Well, for us up here, 80s and all of that, when you had like the Cool G raps and Run
Yeah,
DMC and
yeah,
all of that, for me, the culture was distinctive
yeah.
because it was ours. It was a unique sound. We had the clothing. It was pretty much you rep who you are proudly. I remember being in like the cafeteria or outside when you sit on the porch or and a group of y'all will be outside freestyling, even if you ain't
Mm-hmm.
had no lyrics. You look, we
Beating
would
on
rap a song. I remember like when you were saying
beating on a
how we
lunch
would
table.
record the songs. I remember listening to the radio with my little radio with the cassette, and
Yep,
I had a whole bunch of blank tapes, and I had to record it, and you would record
yep.
it, and then you would write down the lyrics, and then me and my friends we would change the lyrics up, not change them up, but I got this one, you got this one, and we would study them songs until we knew them. Then the next day in class, we'd be at the table getting in trouble in class because we up there rapping and singing our Lord to all of
Yeah.
these songs. And then you always
Because
had the one guy, well, then it was the one guy that had the basement room that was the DJ, and he had the block lit because he was making his little cassette tapes, and all you would hear is him scratching and doing all of this stuff. And it was like a beautiful time. And then you would beatbox. Now I used to beatbox my ass off. I ain't gonna lie. Beatbox and you would make the you would make the beats on the table. But the cassette tapes,
Yeah,
listen,
bang
yeah,
you
on
know
the
how
table.
hell yeah,
but then that was the same era when we had regular phones and you had to do your voicemail when you had to actually play the tape, and then you
yeah.
would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna put the
Put
right
it up to
song."
the
You
phone.
gotta you
Uh-huh.
gotta keep going back and forth, push
Put
play,
the
rewind it back so you
put
could
this
get the
on.
right one, and then you be like this to the thing, so they could get a good listening thing. Man, please, what people
Yeah,
put
It used to
they
be
music
like
on? know
You
the
reached
beauty
you, leave your name,
of
number, and the
yeah.
request. Then put it
They
back up.
they like
Oh no,
how
this is
like
the one, but you be like,
how,
hello, hello,
yeah,
hello. I got you.
like
I ain't.
it's like how we grew up like,
Yes.
and I know Bosco can attest to this because I know he's from the same era that I came from.
I just
He's a
got
little bit,
excited.
of course he's older than me. Like we used to get the tapes from like the battle rappers like Treacherous Three, Busy Bee,
Hmm.
um, you can't find those anymore. If you got those, that shit is vintage. That's classic. And I told Bosco, man, you better hold on to that shit. That shit is vintage. You know what
Gotta
I'm saying?
preserve
Because
them tapes dried out.
yeah,
They be
yeah,
you gotta really preserve that kind
Yeah,
of
he
and I
still got
still
it
have,
on vinyl.
I
that
still have
whole
tapes.
but that whole
And he still
era,
got the cassette.
Yeah, I
but
still
when
got
Queen
tape. I
Latifah
got a ton
and
of tapes.
Moni Love came out, oh man, you couldn't tell sisters nothing. We all had we was already had the dashikis, but when you had the little medallions and then the head what?
Yeah,
Oh, let Moni Love come Moni in the middle. It was
See, I'm
that's
I'm from
it.
the in between generation. See, LL and NWA and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Jay Z and all them was, you feel me, like uh was, but then at the same time Cash Money and all came and took over for the 99 and the 2000 and
yeah,
No Limit Soldiers and all that, you feel me? So I got a little bit of both. I don't like none of that. I ain't even gonna lie. At the Ursha John and Luther, wherever that era was, like the trap rap, you feel me?
yeah,
Cause growing up when I was a kid, it was either rap, hip hop, pop, or rock. Like for real, it's soul music. You feel me? Like I grew up to a lot of like of course everybody grew up to the Temptations, Earth, Wind and Fire. I used to listen to the
Tony
fucking
Robinson, the
Chipmunks
OJ.
for Christmas. Gladys Knight's my favorite. Patti LaBelle. You feel me? I know all the Aretha. You feel me? Like that's
Mm-hmm.
but that like the old music, and then the Jackson Five. Of course, everybody grew up to that stuff. But then you feel me? Like I did grow up in
corporations, corporate
Bone
interests.
Thugs and Harmony,
Yeah,
fucking
corporate,
Biggie,
yeah,
Pop. You feel me? Lil
cor-
Kim. I grew up in the era where it was, you feel me? Like they
Yeah.
experience all them genres of music.
yeah, and then
But
corporate
that's when you
interests
had
took
to have
over.
a unique sound though. And I think that's when A&R was a thing. They actually
Yeah,
scouted. You had to have actual talent. It wasn't a whole lot of like mixing the technology and stuff didn't really take off because you knew who was who. Like when you heard Slick Rick, you knew who
Oh
Slick Rick
yeah,
was.
yeah,
When you
yeah,
heard
yeah.
a Lil Kim or if you heard Heavy D and them, you knew who they were today. And it's no shade to the music today. I'd be like, that ain't sound like I'm a person. You know what I mean? They all kind of sound alike, the distinct sounds. So I mean, not to go back, but when we talk about like hip hop, that's how I think of uniqueness. Like
Yeah.
we
it
as
it's still it
it wasn't even just in New York, but like even that
yeah,
whole
it's
culture
all over.
transpired, but it was very unique. It stood out
Hmm.
where other cultures did. They was like, oh, what they doing? Even like our parents, because they was back in the Rick James and all that. Why with all that talker? Because my
Yeah,
Bad
it's just like when I was a
you
kid.
know, so
When
it
I was
was
a kid,
our thing. But when it
like
starts
Queen.
crossing over,
when I was a kid.
it's no longer ours.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute. Can we just talk about the era of female rappers? How they changed, going from like you got like a Rod Digger,
Yes.
fucking Queen Latifah, Lady in Rage,
Mm-hmm.
uh
Rock
what's the
this.
one where everybody always say I
You
sound
had
like,
Boss.
Supersonic. Oh,
Angie
MC
right?
Light.
Stone. Don't
MC
forget
Light.
Angie Stone with
I keep,
Sequence.
you feel
Yep,
me? To
Don't forget,
to
don't forget
like
Angie Stone now. Y'all gotta
yep.
show
like
Angie
Right,
some love with
Roxanne
right.
Sequence.
Shante.
Freeze
You had
fall,
MC
freeze
Light is
fall.
you.
yeah, to
Blondie,
like the
Blondie was part of sequence.
Yes. Can't forget Sequence.
Oh
Cause
Them
yeah.
girls, they set
what
it off.
people don't get,
Salt and Pepper.
what people didn't get was like
I'll take your man.
I used to see graffiti writers, right? Graffiti writers would go bombing trains and shit. My father was he was a motorman. My father was a motorman. Motorman means he drove the trains. He drove the 4, 5, and 6 lines. You know what I'm saying? So I wake up, go to school or whatever on the train or whatever, or if I wanted to go out, say, Dad, I'm going out to Brooklyn. Oh, just be careful. Ride the train like it was nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? The trains are like extra clean now. There ain't no graffiti anywhere because they got rid of all that shit and they got all these ordinances in place. I was like, I missed that era where, to me, the graffiti beautified the city because motherfuckers fought to have tags, have their name put out there. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers with a Krylon spray paint, spray paint can or Rust-Oleum paint can, and you was nice with that shit. Oh boy, yo, you was catching tags all over the city. Everybody's like, yo, who is Q-Rock? I'd be like, yo, that's me, motherfucker. That's me. They was like, yo, your tags is dope, son. I was like, why they call you Q-Rock? I said, shit, I used to wear like the fake ass Dookie rope and shit, the Kango, you know what I'm saying? My Puma sweatsuits.
Was y'all wearing herringbones down there?
Say what?
Herringbones. The I guess.
Yeah, they had herringbones back then. They had them back then, but I was poor. I couldn't afford that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You was it. I remember I had
the motherfuckers having 2-finger, 3-finger, 4-finger rings and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I say this is the scene right here. And then I would come down south. All the chicks be like, oh, that's that guy from New York. I like him. He got look how fashionable he is.
Did you make your accent stronger?
Mm-mm.
Remember, like, how when people always like, he's from New
York. Say, yeah, he's from New York, man.
Like, yeah.
We used to have some girls came down here from New York. Of course, they people was down here. I didn't mean cut you off, but yeah, they say, hey, they from New York, man. They can tell by their accent and the way they say your name and all that. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
When I was in Job Corps. I was in Job Corps, and I met some guys from New York. This was in 1979, and they introduced our country asses down in Job Corps to rap with Spoonie G in them.
Yep, that part, Spoonie G.
Yeah, and then some guy named Captain Sky, something like that, and some other. I mean, it was all kind. It wasn't really a whole lot, but I remember Spoonie G because that stuck in my head then, because that was the first and only time I really heard rap. Till I started hearing sequencing them. And I heard sequencing them come behind.
You right on up. We're gonna funk you right on up.
I'm saying, and so now then you come up to the other rap generation with the Treacherous 3 and Cool DJ Herc and all of them and everything and all that. I mean, so the rap now, when there was rap, I mean, I done been through each one of y'all's generations of the music. So I done touched on each one of y'all's generation of the rap and some on the hip hop. But the other shit that beyond the hip hop, I can't go for that. That's just beyond me. That bullshit. That's what I'm saying. That separation shit that the people want to get money off of, because the mother they got y'all doing this rapping over here that y'all calling it trill rapping, drill rapping, whatever it is. Got y'all killing each other while they collecting money off y'all's ass because they ain't got no way for your people to get money for you because they done took out insurance policies on your ass because they know you ain't gonna be around. So that right there I push to the side. But I pay attention to this. Understand, but when it come to rap, I'm with all generations of the rap. The generation Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, NWA, the chicks from out there, JJ Fad, all them, Yo-Yo out there in the West. Then you got the Andre 3000 and Big Boy, Ludacris. You got Goody Mob. You got
Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys
from the Southwest down there. But yes, so I mean, down in Texas, you got the Texas rap down there with the DJ Screw in there. Yeah, I mean, So I mean, Swisher House, all kind of stuff going on now. So I'm just saying, it's been all kind of generations, and each one of y'all have got a part of each other's too. So that's awesome. But I'm saying, don't think y'all was talking about some rap and I didn't know nothing about that because hey,
Hmm.
I done been there with the rap too now.
They try to see
You
like
know,
the
you
older
You better know about the rap.
they try they see they'll call you old school or whatever because they call me old school and shit down here. Cause
no, but that's part of our history. That's part of our culture.
that,
Now,
Of who
thank
do
we
you
you,
know the
were.
thank you.
Like,
kids called 30 old? So we
Yeah,
all old at this goddamn
yeah,
point.
we all old. Cause me, what I listen to now, as far as hip hop goes, I'm more underground than anything. I don't listen I don't know what the fuck is going on out here in the music land. Because what these kids listen to, I don't pay attention to it because it's noise to me. If you're not talking, if you don't have lyricism, because I'm all about lyrics. I used to write, and I still write to this day.
That's that New
And
York shit.
I, you know, I'm all about if I can paint you a picture with words and be effective to the point where it stays on your mind, I've accomplished something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell these kids out here listening to. All I hear is
You know, that is spoken like a true motherfucking New Yorker. One thing about New York and rap is they feel like nobody and I must say, you feel me? Coming from up that north end, y'all done some shit to rap to set the tone to give y'all that motherfucking well-deserved arrogance for y'all to be like everybody else shit is just, not the New York way of doing it.
yeah, because New Yorkers are very prideful about lyrics. Well, not so much now. Back then, it was more about lyrics. Okay,
mhm.
that's
Yeah.
why that's why everybody gravitated towards Eric B and Rakim, KRS-One, Cool Mo D,
Yes, Lord.
shit.
Big Daddy Kane. Oh gosh.
Right,
But
right. Big
Rick,
Daddy
Rick
Kane.
was my guy. His voice, his whole aesthetic was everything to me. Like it
Mhm.
ain't nothing Rick ain't come out with that I listen. I could just vibe to him all day. I still listen to him. Him
Yeah.
and my baby daddy Eric B.
You know what I appreciate about rap though?
I messed it up. Rakim, that's baby daddy.
I appreciate that it's so many. I don't like this new. What's it called? I didn't even know what the fuck it was called. The new style drill,
Mm,
whatever. I don't know.
What's that?
I ain't gonna lie. I like some of the beats. The beats and the hooks be so on point with some of the stuff, but I don't
Drill
really
is the
get what a
snitching
lot.
music
I don't know, but whatever the
when
new
they
kids
singing their
music is,
song.
yeah, some of the stuff be slick. Some of it be slick,
Yeah, but
but
they using it in court now. That's how they all going to jail.
yeah, I mean, I listen to the
mm,
hook and the beat, but what I like about rap music is depending on where you are from in the country at this point now, the world, because there used to be a black thing, but now everybody got like some form of rap or hip hop, and that shit is kind of dope. Like for real, in my opinion, I kind of like
Amen.
it. I kind
yeah,
of
but
like it. No, no, you gotta hear what's the ones the Bali
Amen.
the Bali people. The
Yes.
Bali,
Yes,
yes,
yes, yes, yes.
be awesome. But anyway, what I appreciate about like over here in America and the way we do it is, yes, you got the New York way, the up north way, then you got the Cali way, but then there's something about the way they do that shit down from the south, man. You might not be able to understand what them country motherfuckers saying, but they know what to do with a beat. They know what to do with the beat. They know how to carry a tune. It's sending them to jail. But they know when it comes to, you know, I don't know, getting the crowd kind of going and getting you, man. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of fucks with it.
Yeah, because now, like for instance, I listen to more house than anything now. Right, house music.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. That's my shit.
yeah, I shit. that has supplanted hip hop because it's so much trash in hip hop now. I can't really get into it unless I really like the artist that I'm listening to.
I'm gonna
But
send you
house
this
music,
female. I'm gonna send you this female artist. I want you to tell me what you think about her.
but house music. Oh man, shit! Put on some house music. Nah, I'm sitting there cutting rugs all
House
day
music
long.
just hit different. House music always hit different. It's the
Yes,
vibe.
it
That's how it
does.
makes you wanna
Yeah,
listen.
I
Your feet just start moving when house
put that
music
on and
hits.
Yeah,
start cleaning. The whole house be spick and
right,
span. Spoon, spoon.
right.
You
I
be
be
in
sitting
here
there
like,
dancing and shit,
Yes.
dancing and shit.
You gonna read the comments,
Huh?
Coco? You gonna read the
Huh?
comment?
Am I gonna read the comments? I
Yes,
can. Would you like for me to, Paul?
yes, please. I keep seeing them
Everyone
pop up
in
and I
here
can't see them.
is your
They so
friend.
small.
We go back to the beginning.
I mean, wherever you want to start, the beginning be well. I just keep
Okay.
seeing something pop up right there in the corner of the screen. I can't see it so doggone small. And by the time I
Oh,
lean
should
over
I
there to
give
try
it?
to look at it, it's gone.
I can take it off because it's also covering G face. Um, a true raven, yeah. Shout out to YouTube and Facebook active. So a true raven said, "Hello, family. Jude, Paul, Q, and Anna Coco." Girl, he gets on my nerves with that. And then he said, "Damn Q," when Q was going off in the beginning. And then let me just show y'all as I read. And then um, he he said, my mental check-in is company stressing me." So he was participating in the mental health check-in. And then he also said, "I need a stress reliever." I said to him, my comment back was, "Hey, I'm sorry." Yeah. And then I think we were talking
ooh,
about the
excuse me.
political stuff. We were talking about that whole thing. He said, "It's politics money. It's politics money. It's for the politics, not the poor. That's how I feel." Okay, cool. And then he says, "Don't do the city."
Government.
How you stutter in text? And I know you was. Oh my God. So it said, don't the city government have funds for the homeless. Will get grants for the homeless. I can't stand him sometimes.
Hey,
And
I
then
can't
he
say
said,
that. I put
"This is what we
typos
were
up.
talking about." All right, to give context to whoever new might be listening in. Then he said, "This is what we're talking about the homeless population, and there are not enough resources." He said, "I think the people of the cities or states can ask the government to audit city and government officials on grant money that the home was for the homeless." Okay. And then I said, "And they will cover it up. We need to be more involved in local government." That's when we talked about that part. And
Yeah,
then
I probably wouldn't do that.
Paul was giving us he took us down the line to black, he gave us a on site Black History moment lesson. And he said, "Speak, Paul." I really like that part, so that you know, Paul. I really enjoyed that.
Me too.
It was very enlightening. And then we were talking about our corruptness in our local government here in Baltimore. A true raven said, "Our mayor stealing and buying 2025 Jeep Wagoners and going to the Bahamas and buying people shit $10,000 loans. Politics stealing
Oh, I saw that. I
politics
saw that
stealing
up
our money, and
fast.
they know they stealing it." But not only that, did y'all see where his wife got over $100,000 from state contracts from her personal organization? But they trying to sweep that under the rug. And then, this was cute. A tree raven said, "I loved you." And then he said, "Vote for me," which we're not because you were stuttering throwing text. And here I go. Hell no. We will not vote for you. And then a tree raven says, "I will change the world, baby." And then, oh, Drew came up with a heart. And then he said, Paul, people need to hear your story and understand how this life not no joke or a game, especially these younger ones. And then Jude said, yes, Paul is that guy, man. And then what were we talking about on this one? A True Raven said, police in neighborhoods are famous for saying that we put guns on them. Then they famous for saying we resist and things need to be done. I think he was talking about when you were going into your stuff when you were talking about like, you know, police brutality. And then after you were done, he said, thank you, Paul. And then he said, boots to the ground, boots on the ground. And then I don't know what he meant by what J. Barry Jackson meant by this, but he said we live in real to real. So I'm guessing he was breaking down what he was saying through comments. And then he when we were talking about the New York slang, he said, "What up, done?" Yeah, I remember that used to get on my nerves. And then he said, y'all taking my topics. I need the link. No, because you don't know how to ask for it. You
Yo,
ain't
that
getting
that done shit. That's Queens. That's Queens speak. Bronx dudes don't say that.
You
Oh,
know,
we don't
New
know. We
York,
just are from New York saying it. So we ain't know what borough it
you
was
know,
from.
Nah,
right? Because New York is New York.
nah,
Right.
nah, nah. We got
we
our own.
don't get back
Okay,
to that.
we got
Listen,
our
we
own
understand
lingo.
that.
We got our own lingo. Bronx niggas don't say "What up, done." That's a Queens thing. We say, "Yo," we say, "What up, son? What's good? What's good, son?"
It
That's what
all
we do.
sounds the
Or "What
same
up, money?
to
What up,
us.
money? What up, money?"
It all sounds the same to us. Do all Baltimore? Well, no, because Coco sound like she a Baltimore. And I sound
What?
like
What does that
Border
even
Norker.
a
mean?
Baltimore.
Border
You sound like
Norker.
you a Baltimore. You sound like you a little bit from New York, friend. Just a little
I
bit.
don't think
Yo,
so.
I have
I
never
don't think
heard that
so.
expression a day in my life.
I
No, I'm
don't.
gonna
I
write
don't
that.
think so.
You just
I've
a
never heard.
Baltimore.
The only person who say that is her. Anybody else who talk to me, they be like, "Oh yeah, you from Baltimore."
Right.
Girl, no.
I just
Look
don't
how
be
you
like,
just said talk.
no,
She
no, no,
just
no,
said
no.
talk. It's
You
talk.
have a deep Baltimore accent,
Yeah.
especially when she be like,
I got
"I'm
that.
gonna go."
I,
She said, "Let me take these dugs out real quick because."
yeah, let me take the dogs out. Yeah.
Like it did like I when I was telling people
Now I
about,
do say
you know,
dog.
when I was telling people about the whole breakdancing thing, right? They didn't realize that a lot of those breakdancers, a lot of them were stick up kids, neighborhood stick up kids. People didn't know that. They just needed something to do to curtail whatever violent moods they were in. So they click up, hey, we're gonna learn these dance moves, we're gonna battle kids in the neighborhood. You know, and that's how the phenomenon started. Break beats will be playing,
She
motherfuckers
did.
get clear out the floor, start breakdancing instead of shooting one another. But it all came from like gangs and shit. You know what I mean? The Bronx had their gangs, you know, the Black Spades. Said was one of the most famous gangs in back then.
You know, history don't do nothing but repeat itself, right? Because they tried to make it seem like the Squeegee Boys here in Baltimore was like a recent thing. But do you know that was a project started by the government in the 70s?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
They put them out there to wash windows and stuff, and now they tired of them. You see, the government start their own problems.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
before we get
Squeaky
any
man.
further, I just want to say something, right? Because let me put my piece of cookie down because I got a few things to say real quick.
Oh Lord.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
have kids, right? But I just when I had to go take my kids out to use the pot real quick. I see that they were doing another 2-hour delay for the school system, right? My question is, I know we ain't getting no snow. I don't remember. Got that piece of cookie. The Lord's trying to shut me up. Hear me out. Hear me out. The cookie trying to take me out. Listen, I don't have kids, but I see a little kid fall this morning on my way to work. And then how y'all gonna have them kids going to school and the sideways not paid? How the mayor gonna get on that good old news and tell people he was gonna steal their chairs, but you ain't steal the snow
At all.
from off the ground?
Because the priorities are all fucked up.
What I'm
No,
trying to
but
figure out,
kids should
it's
not be going to school because they got to walk in the
yes,
street. They are slipping and sliding. So even the bus drivers are even saying, because I've seen a couple of posts where bus drivers saying, what happens when they step out in the street because it's nowhere for them to go on a walk
yes.
on a pavement because it's snow and ice. Because you got to think about it, a lot of these pavements aren't shoveled because a lot of them
Wait,
are vacant or anything
wait.
like that. But then what if it happens if they get hit by a car or a bus and then they slide on the ice that's in the street too?
Yeah.
Hold up, front. Shout out to the crossing guards, especially the one around my
Yes,
way. Cause Shorty was handling business this morning with them kids. Shout out to the crossing guards. If your kid gotta go past one, you make it your business to get out there and tell that crossing guard thank you before this
yes,
fucking school year is out. Because let me tell you something, they doing the damn thing. It's cold. They making sure your kids getting across the street. Not even the fucking government. The mayor of the city ain't even making sure that the goddamn pavement is paved to mother for your kids to walk across the street to get to the school. They gotta walk in the street. That's not safe. That is not
and,
safe at all. I do not
and then
agree with it. Wait a
I
minute.
don't even.
Also, I just want to know what happened. What did y'all do different last time and this time? Because I understand we got the great freeze, but why the hell is it still so much? Like put the ice on the it's too many empty lots. This is Baltimore. It's too many empty vacant lots around the city for you to be able to dump the goddamn ice. Put the ice some goddamn way. I heard somebody saying, why you don't put it in the harbor or in the what you call? I understand it might cause it once it melt, might cause an extra flood, so don't put it in there. But put the
Yeah.
shit some goddamn way, goddamn it. But get it off the goddamn street and stop fucking threatening people that you're gonna steal their chairs if you ain't motherfucking cleaning up the goddamn streets.
Yeah,
Shit.
people work hard. You know how hard it is to shovel this shit and then keep shoveling, doing all that. But people been doing that for decades, putting fucking chairs and stuff out to save their parking spot. Now you having a problem with it because you got the because y'all
No friend, that
doing a
bill
lackluster
illegal.
job. And then I saw a news segment. What was that? Sunday afternoon where they were just like shoveling and plowing a elementary school. But then where they were shoveling and plowing, my thing is, and even when the snow first started, they was like, "Oh, we're gonna clear the streets and all of this stuff." How y'all getting it up? But I ain't seen not a piece of salt going down behind them trucks until, and then they was like, "Oh no, they went back and did it." Okay, forget the highways. What about these streets, the side streets that these kids have to travel through? Because in the city, they don't have no buses and stuff like that. And these kids got to walk. And not only, it's still below temps. They talking about it's 20, but it feel like -2. And you want these
Zero.
kids, yes, you want these kids to bundle up and slip and slide to school, which is not right. And then, like they said, and I even seen it. You see a lot of kids, and young kids, they be walking to school by themselves with their brothers and sisters. They walking in the streets too. Then you got traffic. Then you got people that still drive crazy on the roads. So just imagine if your child come up, okay, it's clear right here. Then I gotta get out here. So most of the time they got their earphones in, not paying attention or doing something, and they step out and they get hit by a car. Then what? Because you, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Governor, ain't want to take the time to buy salt or whatever y'all need. I don't care if y'all low or whatever. All this money y'all have stole from the constituents of the state of Maryland, y'all should have more than enough salt to clear all of these streets.
Right.
It's
And
crazy.
another thing, the goddamn tax is too high for us to have to pave the goddamn street and the goddamn curb. And then we have our own goddamn salt thingy here. Because remember we used to
Oh,
ride
it's
past
filled with
there?
trash. All the salt boxes are filled with trash.
We're in the Tar Nation.
Welcome to Baltimore.
Mm.
They said it was a
What in
salt
the
shortage.
Tar Nation?
They said it was a salt shortage because of this last storm. That's what they said. I don't know. I
How
think
the
we had enough
hell?
salt down here, but they ain't got all the damn streets salted down here
Oh,
neither,
they
like I
I
said.
feel like the salt was probably we was probably getting it from somewhere and Trump then fucked up an agreement and now we ain't getting no more salt imported. Where's the salt? Where is the salt?
over there in Ukraine and where they keep sending everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it's
Mm-hmm.
at. Hey, Tiffany.
Wherever it's
Yeah.
at, damn sure ain't here.
And another thing, because it ain't only the mayor. You right. The goddamn governor Old milk doggy head. Look
But
at
he went
here,
to New
right?
York and be on the Breakfast Club the other day, though. Line. And then what got me was, I'm sorry, I'm clapping, but what got me was the comment section on the interview that he did. This is the second one with in less than 5 months that he did with the Breakfast Club. People in the comments, we need a governor like him to come here. I wanted to be like, nigga, take him. We don't want him. We've been taking
Right.
over
Old
the air
milk
for
doggy
how
head.
many years?
Oh,
Y'all
Mike
You
neighbors
said
don't
the
even
Jordan.
Breakfast
care.
Club.
Y'all would not want him in your city. I
The
mean, in
Breakfast
your
Club.
city.
Oh Lord.
Y'all gonna be taxed for nothing. You gonna be taxed just to walk out your door. Look, everything that we do is taxed. When he did, I'm just waiting for him to be
We
like for
is
us to
paying
file
tax on breathing
on
air
tax.
out this motherfucker, and it's polluted. We paying air. We paying taxes on pollution, basically.
So
And then
and
don't
you know
even
what?
talk about the BGE tax. How your BGE bill? Let me tell you, the transfer free. What is it? That the gas, the send the gas and electricity to your house is more than what your gas and
Yes.
electricity
How
is.
you trying to be
Your
more than
bill
delivery?
is $70. They're gonna add a transfer fee of $250 just to get it to you, nigga. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Governor Milky Doug and Mayor
Got a
Truckee,
milky
hear
dog.
me out. Tell me where I can go pick the gas and electric up myself. The fuck?
I will transport it
We
and
the
hook it up.
people will go and pick it up if you just tell us where to go and get it from.
Yeah. That's the problem, and that's the problem with amenities like that, right? They like here, like my bill last month was $225, right? And it's just
I
me,
pay that. Try
right?
500. You got
Yeah,
people in a one bedroom apartment who bill was literally $557.38. Why?
why
Then
is
you
that?
got people
Hell,
like
I
my
was trying
house.
to find out why mine was 225.
No. But I'm
Cause
just saying when I seen that person bill, my house is kind of big. Now my bill was the same amount. Why is it that a person with a one bedroom apartment that's probably like 600 square feet is paying something for somebody with overpriced, you know,
right,
triple that in square feet? Like it's crazy.
Q, what's
yeah,
your
because
average bill?
huh?
What's your average bill?
My average bill probably winter would probably be like 150, 175 because I don't run the heater, right? I run the oven. I turn because I
Oh, you
have
want to
everything. I'm one of them. I'm one of them cheap ass motherfuckers. Cause I sleep in the living room. I got the pull out couch. It's easy for me to get the dogs out. Just throw on some sweats or whatever, and run them out, bring them back, go back to sleep. I ain't gotta go into the around the corner to the bedroom or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather if I need heat, I just turn on the oven, crack it open, and then my shit's warm. The bedroom might be cold because I close off the bedroom to keep the dogs from going in there, getting into what God knows what.
Q, let me tell
But
you how janky it is, though. Let me tell you how
what
janky it
happened?
is. So I'm gonna tell you how janky it is. Every like 3 to 6 months, they raise
Hmm.
BGE price, and they're like, "Oh, it's going to be an increase in prices, right?" Okay,
Yeah,
cool. So around like December, whatever, they was like, "Oh, we're gonna see an increase." So like a week ago, why did I see this thing on the news? And I couldn't do nothing but cackle to myself because they
hmm,
had a nerve to put out this announcement. Oh, because of the extremely low temps of winter,
I saw that.
all Maryland residents should expect to see an increase. So you're gonna put another increase on top of the three increases we just got over the last
yeah.
like 3 or 4
Did I
months.
did I not say that though on my Facebook post?
Yes.
They said
But a lot
because
of people are getting ready to have that lifestyle. So it's like you really gotta. Then you talking about a lot of people jobs and stuff online. People losing their jobs, losing their benefits, and all kinds of other stuff because everything else that's going on. So why a person? So now people really got to say, okay, if my rent 1,200 and my BGE 1,200, which one? You get what I'm saying? Like it's
right,
crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because again, they would electric companies be like, well, we gotta charge for the delivery fee to the house and all that bullshit. I'm like, motherfucker, this is the same electricity that you been delivering all year long. Ain't nothing changed about the wires. The fuck
At
out of
all.
here. Ain't shit changed about them damn wires. Fuck out of here. You just price gouging at this point.
But then he go to another thing, and I'm sorry because this thing got me a little heated because this is the other thing. What? How you gonna tell people that your expect for your BGE to be even higher, right? When everybody has a meter in there at that place. Are you looking at it? Because I know a lot of people who are practicing energy saving and they're not really using their heat and everything else like how they've been doing. So you mean to tell me what's the point of the meter if you're going to guesstimate what you think somebody used instead of the freaking meter? And then on top of that, y'all have made everybody get these smart meters where y'all should be able to look at the meter. So why is every resident in the state going to see it if you got a meter?
Yeah,
Clock it.
yeah. It's true. That's true. Because he's right. Tiffany
Computer
said they
glitch every
robbing
day.
us. Tiffany said they robbing us, and she's right. They are. They robbing everybody. They don't give a fuck about humanity.
Ain't got nothing to do with them boats. If the gas was on the boats, it should get lower. It should
Hell,
go up.
They just asked everybody in this area to not have their motherfucking power up from what 4 o'clock to 10, 4 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Come out to save energy or something. Motherfucker got that Duke Energy. Y'all motherfuckers already getting paid motherfucking money out of the ass. You talking about motherfuckers
We
conserve
ready to
energy.
freeze to death in America.
Shit. There ain't
no,
nobody
It's
gonna be
because
putting
either
back in the motherfucking
but
it's
energy.
but
Y'all better get that
it
motherfucking fit
you
the
know what?
bill.
But you know why it's going up though. You know that the part of the reason why it's going up is because AI, right? AI, artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
It
That's what
uses
they
a
say.
you have to house that shit in data centers. They keep building data centers. Data centers use a lot of power. They use a ton of power. Okay, they're gonna pass that shit down to the consumer. Oh, the consumer won't know. They won't know why they bill went up $50. They won't question it, and they ain't even use $50 worth of power. That
nope.
shit makes no sense, and that's why. That's why. And I was like, well, I was talking to my cousin about it. I was like, yeah, AI is good, but it's not the solution because he's like into it. He's like really into AI. He's like, I'm like, if you, I told him, if you so much into AI, go get a job. He went silent.
Like,
I
why
heard
we paying for
crickets.
energy? Don't the sun gotta shine anyway? Like,
Right, right.
so sick of these
You
people.
know,
The
I
sun,
ain't
the sun.
seen one movie yet where AI or a robot that was intended to do good ain't flipped the switch
Yeah.
at some point. Even in Avengers,
Hmm.
Jarvis was taken over by what's that? What was the other one? The one that took over and stole Jarvis' ass? And
Thanos.
Avengers
Thanos.
wasn't Thanos. Thanos was the little monster thing. But remember the other intelligence thing? It wasn't in Avengers. It was on Iron Man. Remember when on Iron Man when the other AI stole his AI? But anyway,
Oh, I can't remember his name. I know who you're talking about.
yeah, on
I can't remember.
Meg, the new Chucky, the female Chucky. Her AI system got into another one on iRobot, even down to remember Johnny Number Five? Do anybody remember Johnny Number Five? That movie?
Mhm.
You remember that? Me, Johnny Number Five, whatever. And they had Johnny was the good one, and it was like the first Wally.
Yeah.
Man, and the other robots was evil, going around fighting on people, like all that stuff. They already know what's inevitable. Like they already know they rate Thanos LS and get rid
Mhm.
of us to replace that. Like people.
You know what's crazy? I don't know why. Well, I do know why. You know everything in like Revelations in the Book of Enoch is like really what's like going on today. It's very symbolic of a lot of stuff, like how the transition and everything. It's because what was it? One of the things I think he said the vision was technology was going to destroy the world. So it was going to destroy Earth. It was advanced technology and like non-human, like pretty much like robots would be the thing to pretty much take over and what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Erase humanity, and it was going to cause
Mhm.
Cause
a big
extinction.
tip. Yes, there you go. And it was going to change everything from like the crops to everything, like the foods. Everything was going to change. The water, all of this stuff was changing. All of that was in there. I gotta show y'all. It was this real in depth thing, but they made it like a movie, and all of this stuff was like literally spoken in the Book of Enoch. So that's why I tell everybody. I mean, and it's not nothing against religion or anything else. It's just a missing piece. But I think it puts everything together to better transition into the Book of Revelation.
Yeah.
The Book of Revelation is deep. That one is yeah. It answers a lot of questions that a lot of people may have, which goes back to how we always talk about how time always go.
Tiffany know what I'm talking about. Johnny number 5. She know what I'm talking about. See, somebody knew what I was talking about.
Yep. Terminator. Jabez said it too. The Terminator.
Oh, it's
Um.
another show. It's a show called The Fallout. I don't know if y'all saw it. It's 2 seasons and
Oh
I just
yeah,
finished the second season.
girl, that's a game.
Yeah, but and you know how they have the robotic people, and they was creating their own societies and stuff like that. That's getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
That's really getting ready to happen. So I encourage
Like
everybody look
Halo.
at. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Halo, girl.
Halo. Yes. When I just want, if we do like Halo, I do want me a spaceship. I would like to go between the planets and run amok. I would. So I think a lot of things we always say a lot of stuff, even though they say it's not real, they getting these ideas from somewhere, but then we always start to see it come to fruition. So I mean, we just gotta be mindful and vigilant in these days and times. I always say it, and I'm gonna keep saying it. We are in the days where I'm with Paul. Community definitely matters. We gotta look out for each other. I couldn't see it; it was blurry.
It wasn't sure. Hold
What
up.
about Nicki Minaj?
Like,
Is she AI?
no, Nicki Minaj is stupid.
She
She's
is
just. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
artificial intelligence, right?
No. She's just. She's just an
she's been
a.
voted
She's just
out
an
of the black
asshole.
delegation.
She's just an asshole.
Yeah,
She said Donald Trump said he gave her a fake ass card.
president.
You know
Yeah,
what? You know what? She deserves that shit because guess
no,
what?
you know who else jumped on the bandwagon with her though?
Dang, it won't
I
show.
saw it. I saw
Yeah,
it today or
it's just
yesterday. I
funny.
think
I'm gonna
what's her
send it
name?
to y'all.
Sexy Red. I think now she's
Mm.
pro like on the Trump train. The
They
Mac
both
she's mad.
look.
Don't
They
nobody
both
care about her.
they both are trying to get noticed because their record sales ain't shit. That's really what that is.
But that ain't a
That's
good
really
way to
what that
go.
is.
You know who Sexy
No,
Red is? We go together. We go
yeah,
together.
yeah.
Don't nobody
That
give a
chick.
shit.
I heard that chick got the clap so bad, boy. You can hit every time she get on the stage. You can hear a standing ovation in her butt, in her ass. I'm serious.
I knew we couldn't
Shoo!
go a show without you going there. I knew it. I knew you was going to get.
I'm serious. See,
I knew
because
it.
I was like, that chick looked like she burning. I was like, what's so sexy about this bro? First of all, women who wear tattoos on their face, that's trashy to me. I don't give a damn who it is. You can wear tattoos everywhere else. But once it starts going on your neck, you know what I'm saying? You got a sleeve on your neck, look like you. I'm
I
like,
don't
start
know. I
and
see
and
some
and,
women.
and, and
Some women do still have that femininity with it. I think when
right,
it
right,
doesn't,
but
when it starts to
on
look
the
dirty,
face,
is
I'm
yeah.
like on the face, and when you get it on the face, I'm like, you ain't trying to get no job. Once you get it on the face, I'm like, yeah, either you are independent contractor or you ain't trying to get no fucking job.
Yeah, and hold on, because a lot of jobs are hiring people with those tattoos on their face. I work with
Shit,
some.
I know. And I look at them like, I judge.
It's
I
changing.
admit, I judge. I judge. I'm a judgmental motherfucker, and I'll be the first to say that. And I don't give a fuck who agrees, disagrees, or whatever. But I'm just telling it from my point of view because I keep shit 100 all the time. Would I ever date a chick with a tattoo on her face? No, I'm not bringing that home to my family and say, hey, this is who
True,
I'm
we
going to
got 10
marry.
minutes. What is your type of trick? I mean, trick. I ain't mean to say that. What is your type
What
of
My
is
type
chick?
of
your
If
type
you,
of trick?
my type of trick.
no, it was a don't know and delete that word because we always hear about
Well,
the type
see,
of. Let me rephrase that. We hear about the type of woman
the
that
type of
you
woman
dislike. What type of woman do you like?
she
We got
has to
10
be.
minutes. So make it
I
quick.
don't give. I don't care what color she is because I've dated. Like I said, I'm a Skittles baby. I've dated the rain. I've tasted the rainbow. I've done everything. You know what I'm saying? Um, I wouldn't date someone with tattoos on their face. You know what I'm saying? And because to me it just looks trashy. You can have tats. I don't mind you having a sleeve. I don't mind you having your legs and all that shit tatted. But there's a limit. Okay. I don't want to feel like I'm fucking a graffiti boy. Okay. I don't want to feel like I'm fucking I'm in New York City, 1980s New York City, fucking a girl against a wall with graffiti on it. I don't want that. I don't want to feel like I'm fucking a billboard. Okay. I want somebody that's classy. I don't want. She don't have to be the type. Some guys be like, "Well, I want girl to shut the fuck up and blah blah." Nah, 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 nah. She could speak her mind, but be it in an eloquent way. I'm willing to listen. I may not do what you ask of me, or I may do it my way, but I'm willing to listen. You know
You
what I'm
peep that
saying?
too, man.
Yeah, I see what David. I already switched. I already switched. I didn't switch nothing up. When she asked the question, I'm responding. Um, she has, but as long as she's eloquent and educated, you know what I'm saying. And she got to have some goddamn business about herself. Okay, meaning some goddamn common sense. Stop listening to Sally Sue, who ain't never had no man, tell her what a real man is. Okay, Sally Sue got 5 baby daddies, and she trying to tell you need to be single. No, she wants you to be like her, miserable and lonely. That's what that is. A lot of these chicks out here get bad advice from their so-called friends. And then they wonder why they 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. I ain't got no man. Ain't nobody. You see them on Facebook begging to be loved. Or doing a little bit of this, showing their ass
Did he
and
bend
all
over?
kinds. Yeah, showing their ass and titties out and shit. Look at me, I'm 60 years old. My titties sag, but I still got that good. No, your shit's expired now, girl. You got a fucking drizzle. You ain't got no waterfall. You got a drizzle.
Okay, so let's hear the positives of the type of female that you like. Again, we hear what
Like
you
I
don't
said,
like.
she has to be eloquent, well spoken. Um, she doesn't have to know sports. Hell, and she doesn't, and if she can stay on with world topics, there, I'm down for that. But you're not gonna have me sitting up there watching Real Housewives of anything. Don't ask me to sit there and watch. Hey, can you want to watch Real Housewives? No, I don't give a fuck about reality TV like that because it doesn't entertain me. It doesn't stimulate me. Because then they'll start some girl. Did you see what Tasha did to Mike on Real Housewives or whatever? It wouldn't have been me. It would. And I'm just sitting there like, who are you talking to? Yeah, me and my girlfriend, we just talking about what's on TV. I'm like, damn, I'm going downstairs. I'm
Okay,
going to
give me
watch.
another positive.
Huh?
Give me another positive.
And another positive, you know, she has to be a great listener.
Okay.
A great listener. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm the end all be all and I know every goddamn thing. But if I give you advice that I've seen, experienced, I've gone through. Yeah, J Bear, yeah, she has to like the Giants. That's a nah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. She don't have to like the Giants, but it to her favor that she loves football. If she loves football, we're all aces. I don't give a fuck what team it is that you love. You know what I'm saying? As long as it ain't Dallas, and
I hope it,
as
may you
long as it ain't
meet.
Philadelphia.
I hope you meet a woman in the near future who loves the Ravens and wear a
Oh,
motherfucking jersey.
I've dated a woman that loved the Ravens. She was hardcore too, and me and her, we got along great because she knew her shit.
Was she
She
from
knew,
Baltimore?
yeah, she's from Baltimore. She knew her shit. And I was like sitting there like, damn, this woman knows what the fuck she's talking about. I can actually have a conversation with her. I'm attracted because I'm sitting there like, wow, she knows sports.
You kidding me,
And
man?
she knows sports. Just like Coco. Coco knows the Patriots. I can dig that. I dig that. Because she knows what she's talking about because she knows the history of her team. Me, I know the history of the Giants from 1925 on because that's just how I get down. If I'm going to be a part of it, I'm going to know everything there is to know about it.
Time out real quick because we got like 4 minutes left. So do not answer this question. So what I'm thinking is I have an idea because I haven't done one. We haven't done one in a while. Wednesday we can do a Q&A.
Oh, I'm
Y'all
working
down?
Wednesday, remember?
Oh shit. Fuck. Okay. Well, Monday
Next
we'll do a
Monday.
Q.
Next Monday. Next
Well,
Monday.
next Monday we'll do a Q&A.
Yeah.
We haven't done one in a while, so I think that'll be fun, especially for you, sir. So we'll definitely do a Q&A, and we gonna J Bed, send me that question so I can ask, so we can put it up for Q Monday. Um oh shit, don't get her started. Don't get her started. You was such a hater. It
I
was
know.
such a
I
hater.
know.
He
But
is
but
such
it,
a hater.
it just speaks that this is what I love about Coco, right? Coco is passionate about her team. You're very passionate, and I give you props for that. There are people who will wear that jersey, don't know what the fuck they're wearing, don't know nothing about the city. Oh, I like the colors. Because it's red and white and blue. I like it. No, if you're gonna put that jersey on, you should know something about that team.
I don't give a shit what she know about the team. She from Baltimore. She should like the motherfucking Baltimore team.
Not necessarily. Not
First,
all Baltimoreans.
first of all, I don't care about all. I don't care about any Baltimorean, motherfucker.
She would not have said.
No, fuck that. No, fuck that. You a New Yorker. You like the Giants, New
Oh no,
Yorker.
no. I don't like the Giants. I love the Giants.
Exactly, and that's how I feel like the Baltimoreans should feel about the Ravens. We should love the Ravens, whether you know a
There
lot
was
of
a
bit about it
lasting time where it
or
was
a
no
little
team
bit
here.
about it. It don't matter if you know
Then
a
the
lot of
sad
bit
part
about
is
L team or a
I
little bit
give
about
your
L
team
team.
more props
Love
than
the fuck
y'all
out of
fans.
it,
No,
as
because
you
I give
should,
your
as you should, as you
lies,
should,
lies.
because it's the home team.
No, no.
The
Tell
land
that to
of
the
the
fans.
free
Home
and
team.
the home of the raves.
Well, didn't
Anywho,
the Colts leave
one,
Baltimore? Q.
huh?
Huh?
Didn't the Colts leave Baltimore and go
Yeah,
somewhere
they
else?
did. They did.
And they didn't have a team for a while.
Yeah,
Right.
they went to
Yes.
they went to Cleveland, I
Yes,
think.
it's Black
Cleveland.
History Month. Support small
Cleveland.
businesses, Beautiful Rivers Natural Oils. Go like their page on Facebook. She got some amazing stuff. Matter of
Let me
fact,
go
I
on
need
there
to.
right
I
now.
probably not this week. This bill week, but I got you. I need to put in another order because that soap is everything. Yeah, the orange turmeric. Listen, but matter of fact, Tiffany, inbox me your information because I can put it up next week. I mean, I'm sorry, on Wednesday. So we are out of time. With that being said, we thank everybody. Thank you, Lamar. Thank you, J Bed. Thank you, A True Raven. I'm gonna put all of them up there. Thank you, Tiffany. I saw some other people. I'm sorry. Thank y'all. But we will be back on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Minus Q, because Q gotta work. But you'll have Paul, Jude, and I. So we thank you guys. We will see you on Wednesday. We will continue this conversation.
Bang,
Deuces.
bang.